Home Life and Style is brought to you by the Pine Hills, offering inspired new homes and daily adventures just 45 minutes from Boston. Ethan Allen, we make the American home. Longfellow Design Build, architect and builder for Cape Cod and beyond. Snow and Jones, a fixture in New England homes since 1952. And by Classic Tile and Stone, your tile and stone destination.
Hi, I'm Parker Kelley. Welcome to Home, Life, and Style. I am passionate about design, food, and travel. I love discovering new places, meeting new people, and sharing who they are, how they live, and what they love. In each episode, I'll introduce you to a new destination through the eyes of the people who call it home. Join me as we celebrate these towns, these people, these homes in style. Today I'm on my way to the capital city of Massachusetts, Boston. I'm headed to an area known as Downtown Crossing, known to locals as DTX. Back in the late 1800s and early 1900s, this area was considered the hub of department store shopping, home to stores like Jordan Marsh and Filene's. Today, smack dab in Downtown Crossing, stands the Millennium Tower, and that's my destination. A 60-story, 685-foot luxury residential skyscraper, among the tallest structures in Boston. I'm on my way up to the 59th floor to meet businessman Greg Agannis in his 4,200 square foot, 3-bedroom, 4.5-bath penthouse condo. Greg, whose family has a long history in Boston and who knows the city like the back of his hand, purchased this condo during the tower's construction a few years ago. He has lived here for 2.5 years. I'm sure the views of this beautiful city from atop this exclusive high-rise are going to be nothing less than spectacular. Oh my goodness.
Welcome.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you. It is so
Great to
nice
see
to
you.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See you in person.
I know, it's been a little bit.
It's been a little crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, busy, right?
Very, very busy.
Jet setting.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Well, welcome. Finally made it to Millennium Tower.
And tell me, you get tired of the view? How can you?
Never
oh,
get tired of the view. It's constantly changing.
I want to soak up the decor, but
yes,
I am like
sure.
so.
Everyone gets drawn to the view, so just go right to the window and we'll give you.
And then circle back to
the finishes.
Okay,
and such.
Take me to your favorite. Do you have a favorite vantage point?
It's hard to say, but wherever what room I'm in, I just go and just look at that view, and obviously the Charles River is the premier view in the city here.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Okay, so I've taken in the bird's eye,
Yeah.
and now I can look around.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
take a walk through the house.
Oh, did I hear that there was a movie made in
There
this
was.
one?
This is probably what made this unit pretty much famous. Denzel Washington, Equalizer 2. It was filmed here 2 years ago, and
Were you allowed to
I stayed in the unit.
Okay.
And
Did you have like a cameo?
I didn't have a cameo. I have
you
a
ask
couple
her?
cameos, but not the Denzel Washington films.
Okay.
So the actual scene that was shot, the scene really became famous through the chandelier.
Yeah. Now that chandelier is stunning.
Yes.
It reminds me of the rays of the sun.
Yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to evoke?
Somewhat, yeah.
I mean, it just feels like fire.
I wanted it to be a showpiece of the room, but I have a lot of whites and grays, so I wanted it to pop. So
Yeah,
this is the kitchen area, and originally the thought was pushing the kitchen back to the wall, and I said, you know what? I want it as close to the balcony as possible.
Now I love the waterfall edge.
Yes,
I mean,
that's my favorite.
Oh, so
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I don't think I'd ever do another home without a waterfall edge.
Very nice. Yeah, these ceilings are crazy beautiful,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
And to have separate space. So what delineates this? This more formal?
This is the formal, and this is the casual, comfy movie sports room that, if this is a couple people hanging out.
Are you a big Boston sports fan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, of course, yeah.
I didn't want to go there in case it happened to be like,
Definitely. Yeah, huge Patriots fan and Red Sox. Yeah, absolutely.
So lots of energy in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love though the carpet keeps it nice and quiet and
Yes,
soft. In a master, I like that.
Yes, me too. This is the only place in the apartment that has carpeting, and I wanted a soft, smooth feeling.
Is that for the sound?
No,
or
just
like
because
cozy?
my feet. Yeah, coziness. Yeah, I mean, hardwood's great, but it's sometimes in a bedroom it gives a little softer feel.
Yeah. And another great view.
Yeah, and then just back in the corner, and again, you just have every window pane of glasses overlooking the park and commons. So it's, just different perspective from the bedroom.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. Look at this. So 2 showers, 2
showers, 2 toilets, 2 sinks. So it's kind of like his and her baths, but they're both kind of hers in a way, because you have a tub and a makeup area.
Yeah. Now the soaking tub is just... It's key.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
key now.
Yeah.
That's the trend now. Everyone wants to just.
So the jacuzzis are kind of like out.
Too big,
Yeah,
too.
too big,
This
yeah.
envelops you completely.
Absolutely,
Look at how deep that one is too. Who makes
and you
that?
still can sit in the tub and still get views of the of the city. It's always back to the views. Yeah.
Our last stop on the tour was Greg's office. Like every room, this one also had stunning views. But my attention wasn't drawn to the skyline, but to Greg's memorabilia and collections. His office, as it turns out, is not just where he works, but an homage to his great uncle, Aristotle George Harry Agannis, nicknamed the Golden Greek, an incredible all-around athlete, American college football and baseball player for Boston University, and a professional baseball player in the major leagues.
None of which is apparent that fine spring in Sarasota. The kids get a lot of attention, especially Agannis.
Harry was starting first baseman for the Boston Red Sox from 1954 to 1955. One fantastic year until his unexpected death from a massive pulmonary embolism. He was only 26. At the time, the Red Sox set up a foundation in his honor, and since, the Agannis Foundation has awarded more than $1 million in student-athlete scholarships. The Agannis Arena, a multi-purpose sports facility at BU, is also named after Harry, and a life-size statue stands outside of the arena on the corner of Commonwealth Ave and Harry Agannis Way. The Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association, or the MIAA, also partnered with the Agannis Family Foundation to honor Harry as an MIAA student-athlete alum, with the Agannis Trophy awarded to the highest level of accomplishment.
I've got joy to share with you in my arms. Just a little hug every day will solve your problems. I've got love to share with you in my pocket. Just a little kiss on the lips and we'll skyrocket. We go.
What is luxury? The warmth of custom fabrics? The timeless beauty of exotic woods? 88 years of uncompromising craftsmanship? Or a world-class designer to help you curate the home of your dreams? At Ethan Allen, luxury is all of these things. It is modern, classic, elegant, and right now, it is more attainable than ever. Ethan Allen, we make the American home.
At Longfellow Design Build, we design and build new homes, new kitchens, new additions to your home. We handle everything from conception to completion, working in unison with you, for you, so you can have the home you envision, so you can have the home you deserve, so you can focus on what's important. Longfellow Design Build, architect and builder, for Cape Cod and beyond.
just about the fixtures. Snow and Jones, the family-owned business that contractors and homeowners on the South Shore and Cape Cod have depended on since 1952. While Greg and I continued to chat, Melanie, the interior designer and owner of MDK Designs, stopped by the penthouse to talk about her work as a designer and the vision for this unbelievable space. The two have worked together on many projects before and are longtime friends. And absolutely stunning. Stunning.
Joyce.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
thank you very much. Thank you.
And so tell me how did you work with Greg? You've known each other forever.
Yes, for a very long time. So everything is very special. So I think the biggest challenge was creating a cohesive look, but still combining a lot of different elements and textures.
Textures.
Yes.
You're fabulous at textures.
Thank you.
I mean, they're all over. Give me some
Yes.
examples of where we did texture. And
So-
also faubois. I mean, I saw just a lot of...
So we have textures throughout his entire unit. In the ceiling, you can see we did, silver leafing. There's a lot of very, very contemporary faux painting.
Now you get so excited when you're talking about this. How long have you been doing it?
So-
now you're not just interior design, you do building also,
We do,
right? You
yes,
the
we
whole
do
full
design
service.
build, yes. So I've been doing this for about 20 years.
Yeah. I know there's struggles too, but
Yeah.
the process is enjoyable. And then at the end, you get to see the fruition of all that hard work
It
and all
is.
those decisions and the interplay between you and
It is,
between
and I don't
Greg.
want to forget that, it's not just the designer, but there's a lot of amazing artisans that we
Right.
work with. And I have to say the artisans we work with and the craftsmen are just, they make my job easy.
Is there anything that you think that must be said in this piece, with this home, with your touch in it? Is there anything that something has to be said? Like, you can't do this whole show without saying this one thing.
So if you look at the ceiling, I wanted to bring the outside inside. So it kind of reflects what's going on, especially if it's a little bit cloudy outside.
Particularly right now.
Today. So yeah, so it kind of has that type of movement. So I wanted to kind of keep it the same. So when you look at the exterior landscape, that it doesn't detract from that.
Spectacular work.
Oh, thank you very much.
and
Thank
you're
you.
coming to the party.
And I'm coming to the party, yes. Yep.
And what a setting for it.
It's a perfect setting for
Yeah.
it, especially on a winter night in Boston. It's going to be beautiful, yeah.
Well,
Yep.
thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Talent,
I appreciate
talent,
it.
talent.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
After the tour, I headed to Cambria, the new hotel where I was staying while filming this episode. Cambria is the first hotel to open in the heart of South Boston, and I wanted to check it out. It has a beautiful, welcoming lobby, 159 modern suites, and a 4,000 square foot rooftop deck with major views, 270 degrees of Boston's financial district, South End, and South Boston. Closed this time of year, but I'm sure the rest of the season, it's the place to be. What I really appreciate as a writer are all of the literary references artfully incorporated throughout the Cambria and 6 West, the restaurant where I had many of my meals during the episode. A nod to the history of literary legends in this great city. And speaking of the city, there's nothing quite like the city during the holidays. Greg, who can practically see the world from his condo, can clearly see the Boston Common, where he told me the Christmas tree would be being lit tonight.
Greg couldn't make it, but oh my goodness, this is what living in the city is all about. We're here for the Christmas tree lighting, and we are front and center, and it's about to be lit up. And this is the way Boston is, the best of Boston. And he lives right here in the heart of it. Oh my goodness.
What a magical, amazing day.
Up next on Home, Life, and Style.
Thank you.
Superstar.
I don't know about that.
I can say it.
I've worked with Christian and Julie for about 7 years now, about 30 projects. They care as much as I do about the finished product. And every time I walk in, I'm always like, girls, what do we have new? And they always have things set aside to show me, and every time I go there, it's so exciting. They text me pictures as soon as tile comes in that they think is really exciting. Like, even on a Saturday, I'll get a text, and they'll know that I'm just as excited to see it as they are to share it. And so they're my go-to.
Recognized and respected. Classic tile and stone on Boston's South Shore. The next morning at the Cambria, I headed downstairs to 6 West to grab breakfast for my exciting day ahead. This was no ordinary breakfast. Like the rest of the menu, it was over-the-top delicious. Torched wild salmon, furikake fried rice, smoked ponzu sauce with a fried sunny egg. Wow. With my belly full, I headed out of the city for a bit to meet up with Paul Wahlberg, executive chef of the famous international Wahlburgers family burger restaurant chain, and chef at Almanova.
Hey, Paul.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Oh, nice to see you. Great, thank you.
Awesome.
So where's your birth order? You're what?
I'm 4th from the top.
4th from the top.
Yeah.
And what from the bottom?
5th from the bottom, because that would make 9.
Yeah, so Almanova.
Almanova, so Alma is my mother's name, and Nove is Italian for 9 for her 9 children.
9 children.
9 children.
So that's lovely.
Yeah, so what we have here is the house-made tagliatelle with our bolognese sauce and an herb mascarpone. And then we have a pan-seared duck breast, and that's served with a risotto, roasted butternut squash, fig reduction, and it's super, super tasty. It's just like the flavors, all of the different things that go in there. There's guanciale in the risotto. So you get that really nice kind of smokiness. You get that really nice kind of bacony flavor. It's really good.
So when did you know that you had an ability to parse the variety of ingredients that there is?
I still don't.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that.
Really?
I always feel like, I never feel like I know what I'm doing at any given point. I always feel like I can do a better job. I have to work harder at it. And so the good thing is that what I love about food is that I can taste something and say, okay, I want to go in a direction with it. So like if I taste something, this would be great with X, Y, and Z. So I want to make,
right?
Yes. Oh, please, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna give you, since you've been eyeballing it, we will put that directly in.
Well, because I know a bolognese, is not easy to perfect.
No.
Even though it seems like
it could be. It's truly a time-consuming type of a dish.
Are you just all Irish, or where
No,
are you guys ethnically?
My Wahlberg is Swedish.
Okay.
So my dad's side of the family is Swedish, a little bit of Irish there. My mother's family goes back to like Patrick Henry or something, and so we're a good mix.
Yeah. Well, you've done it twice. You've done it twice during our conversation.
Oh yeah.
You're superstitious.
Well, usually I not care because I have such a wooden head. I have a wooden head, but yeah, it's that thing. When we succeed in what we're trying to accomplish, we should be thankful because shit can go south real fast.
Cheers on that one.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Superstar.
I don't know about that.
I can say it. Pete Dickinson, the division manager of Ruby Wines, was already there when I got back to Greg's penthouse condo. He had provided wine for our show before, and I knew he'd do a great job pairing with Chef Paul's hors d'oeuvres. So it's kind of the quiet before the big dinner party, and I'm glad that I got a chance to talk to you ahead of time before it gets too crazy. But the menu that Paul is preparing is going to be incredible.
Sounds great.
And you've got some good wines, and just the setting wines. Is
spectacular.
We're high above the world here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so the first dish that Paul's making is going to be delicious. Of course, there's lobster and there's butternut squash. And tell me the wine that you paired and why.
Well, so I picked a Riesling from Alsace, the dry Riesling from the Trimbach family. The Trimbach family has been making wine in Alsace since 1626.
Oh my.
And they've just started their 13th generation. The second dish is a duck crostini with port-soaked figs and a gorgonzola cream. And what we picked for that is a Tuscan, Super Tuscan from Rocca della Macchia. Now the difference between the two wines, other than the fact that they're red and white, a couple differences. The Trimbach is an older wine, believe it or not, it's still fresh. And the Rocca is aged in wood, aged in oak barrels, where the Trimbach sees no oak aging at all.
Well, it's so nice of you to actually come again for our show, provide the wine. The wines are great. I know it's going to be a beautiful dinner party. And did you try this one? I don't think you did.
I did not try this one.
Maybe you should.
Delicious.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
Up next on Home, Life, and Style.
And so when you're home, are you the daddy chef too?
Well,
or does it share the love over there?
We share cooking because there are times where I'm just not home.
In keeping with the holiday spirit, Greg asked all of his guests to bring a toy for Christmas in the City, a 100% volunteer organization that started in 1989 and is devoted to helping Boston families experiencing homelessness and poverty.
So nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again as well.
And what a beautiful kitchen it is.
Oh my God, it's so spectacular. And Greg is such a good guy, and to be able to use the space and the view on a night like tonight is amazing.
Now you've done some stuff like charity work with him too.
Yeah, so we've done a charity dinner in here, and it was awesome. And it was such great company and just really good people. And for someone who he works very hard, but he's very caring about, about people. So it's awesome. So,
all right, so what are we making?
We're gonna make the butternut pear bisque with the lobster.
Yeah. And so when you're home, are you the daddy chef too?
Well,
or do you share the love over there?
We share cooking because there are times where I'm just not home. It's just work, right? And so there's that. But people ask me what's my favorite thing to cook, and I said whatever my kids want. And so I've let this caramelize a little bit, and now I'm going to throw in the squash.
And that's butternut squash.
That's butternut squash. You can use butternut squash, you can use an acorn squash. Obviously the butternut will peel a little bit better, but it's also about the flavors that you like. So once you've kind of sweated that down, you want to add chicken stock.
Okay.
So we'll let this go. While that's going, what we can do is we can start the garnish for it, for the dish itself. So we're gonna saute some squash and some pears and a little bit of onion.
Okay, so you're taking some of the same ingredients, but you're just treating them a little differently.
And we'll treat it a little bit differently because that's that little bit of chunk that you're gonna get.
A little more texture than that's gonna have.
Exactly. All right, so now that this has been cooking for a bit and we've got the good simmer going and we've got those flavors going, we're gonna add a little bit of cream. All right.
Now that's just straight up cream.
That's straight heavy cream. Okay, and then this is lobster cream that we make in the restaurant. So we'll get that in and that's gonna simmer for a little bit longer. So but all those flavors start to incorporate and you get that richness with the lobster, it is so good. Can you smell this on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now that we've got the soup pureed, it's all set to go. So now the best part. And so I'm gonna need your help.
Okay. Anyway,
so
yes.
y'all gonna take you'll take this spoon.
Yeah, you better
here.
show me first. Right. I tend to be heavy-handed.
That's totally fine. And then you'll just put them.
Oh, it's like a little surprise down there.
Yep. And so you'll get a little bit of a float. Mm-hmm. And so that's what it is. So I know that you like a little heavy on the lobster, so I'm going to give you a little more lobster here.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your help. This is awesome.
No, thank you. I mean, what a privilege. Oh,
it was just so good with that pear and that real fall flavor of the squash. So when you do duck confit, you're cooking it and you're crisping up the skin. You're rendering out all of the fat.
Okay.
Right? And that fat is good for you. Duck fat's good for it's good. It's good for your soul. I love it, right? And so when you do it that way, it makes a difference. It's not like eating this real big fatty thing because you're rendering all of that skin fat out of the duck itself. And then you get that skin nice and crispy. So anyway, then the next thing we want to do is we have Gorgonzola Dolce, right, which is slightly sweetened. It's got a little rind on it. Yeah. So the Gorgonzola. So I've got a little bit of mascarpone, and so all I want to do is. Are you mixing? Okay, get start doing it. Okay, that just like that. Go.
Now, these two together.
Oh my God! Yeah, this is. So when you think about the pairings that we're talking about right here, figs, Gorgonzola cheese, a little bit of mascarpone, and then the duck confit. Yeah, this works.
Your expressions are killing me.
Well, this is what I love about what I do.
No kidding. It just it just comes forward so much.
Oh my God.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
You don't let those brothers in the kitchen though with you.
Oh God, no. Although Mark likes to cook, Donnie likes to cook as well, but not to this extent, shall we say? All right. So once you kind of get that, so now we're gonna go from here. We're gonna take a little bit of the duck confit.
And then a little bit on the top too?
A little bit on the top.
All right, that looks good.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
finish it, and there it is. So,
cheers, I don't want it to drop off. Ready?
Oh.
So another amazing episode. I mean, gracious, beautiful. Greg, your space is over the top beautiful. Your interior designer was amazing. Your views are incredible. You are just beyond benevolent, and I thank you so much. And Pete, for bringing the wine from Ruby Wines, which was paired perfectly, and Paul Wahlberg, finally to get together with you. And that's Home, Life, and Style from the Millennium Tower in Boston. Until next week, I'm Parker Kelley. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.